today's video is going to be another anti-haul. You guys really seem to like these, so I'm gonna keep on making them until you don't want to see them no more. If you don't know what this is, it's basically just where I talk about some products, mostly like new releases that I don't plan on purchasing. And as always, it's no shade to these brands or anything like that. These products just don't call my name. They're not my cup of tea. I still admire and I respect anyone who owns a makeup company, product development, all of that good stuff. I totally respect that, but I don't have all the money in the world to buy every single makeup item ever. I wish I did. But this is just a video to let you guys know what I'm not planning on spending my money on. First being the new Kylie Cosmetics eyeshadow palette, the Blue Honey palette. It looks really pretty, but the color scheme isn't really my cup of tea. If I was gonna buy a Kylie palette, it would probably be like, doesn't she have like a purple one, like the purple palette? Or like the Burgundy palette? I'd be more likely to try that one before I would try this one, just because the color scheme isn't really calling my name all that much. I'm also not planning on picking up the, I just spit all over my phone, Makeup Forever Starlit palette. It's basically like a mixture of mattes and shimmers. There's way more shimmers than there are mattes, and to be honest, this kind of looks like a ripoff of that Kat Von D palette. Isn't it called like the Metal Matte palette or something like that? It looks really similar to me. And while I prefer the shades in this Makeup Forever version, it's just not speaking to me. It's probably super expensive, and I'm not someone who reaches for shimmers as much as I reach for mattes. Oh, the caption says won't be available in the US, so never mind. Couldn't buy it even if I wanted it. I'm also gonna skip out on the new MAC Cosmetics Glow palette. Hyper Real Glow. I think there's two different versions and they're each trios. One for darker skin and one for lighter skin. Honestly, these shades don't really look like they would work for like a really deep skin tone. I don't know, I'm not that much of a matte girl. I think the only MAC product that I've ever tried is Fix Plus, which I do like, it's just expensive. This isn't speaking to me. I feel like I have my highlighters that I love and know and trust. Out of all 6 of those shades in each of the trios, it looks like there's maybe like 2 that would work for me. So if I was gonna go for a MAC highlight, I think I would go for one of the more classic ones, like what's it called? Like Whisper of Guilt? Is that MAC highlight? Or like Oh Darling. What is that other one called? Give Me Sun? No, that's a bronzer. You know what I'm saying? No, I would go for one of those more like classic cult highlights from MAC. I'm also gonna skip out on the Aucoin Prismagic Highlighting Trio Lumiere. First of all, it's $48, which is actually cheaper than I thought it would be, being Kevyn Aucoin. Kevyn Aucoin is a very, very pricey brand. So that's one reason why I'm not gonna buy this one, is because it's expensive. And B, I'm not really into the prismatic, iridescent, different color, different shifts kind of highlights. I prefer just natural plain highlights. Champagne colors, maybe a little bit of a pinky undertone. I'm not into like the green face highlights and orange and purple and stuff, so I'm gonna skip out on that. And along the same lines, I'm gonna skip on the Urban Decay Disco Queen collection. Again, it's more of like an iridescent, prismatic kind of a collection. I believe there's just maybe like a lip product, a Disco Queen holographic stick and a holographic highlighter. So they're both highlights. They look exactly the same on the skin, but one's like a cream stick, which I would definitely skip out on because I'm not a big fan of like cream highlighters, and then the one that's a powder. I already have kind of like a purpley prismatic sort of highlighter from Colourpop, and that one was super inexpensive. I rarely use that, but I don't regret buying that because it was so cheap and it's nice to have on hand for a fun look, you know. This, on the other hand, it's too expensive for something that I'll never use. Last but not least, I am going to skip out on the Jeffree Star Lovesick collection, the eyeshadow palette. The Blood Sugar palette is what it's called. It looks beautiful. I'm talking like stunning. I think it looks so pretty, but I don't reach for red all that often. There's quite a few like pinks in there, which I really enjoy, but that's a lot of money. What is it, $52? Plus, if I was gonna go for a Jeffree Star eyeshadow palette, it would 100% be not the first one he came out with, but the second one. I forget what it's called, but it's got like these grungy sort of tones in it. There's like a matte army green. I would totally go for that one. before any of his other palettes, any of his other products, because those shades are so my tones. They're very like fall-y, wintry. This one is coming out for Valentine's Day, so it's understandable that it's so like red and pink, you know? The packaging is stunning, but yeah, I'm gonna skip out on this one, and if I was gonna purchase from him, it would definitely be the other palette. So that's everything for this anti-haul. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss any future videos of mine, and I will see you guys next time. I think I'm